Hey everybody and welcome back to Sammy's Stories. Today I got some great stories from r/TrueOffMyChest, starting with OP who was pressured into a threesome which she enjoyed, but not for the reason she thought she would. This happened 2 days ago and my emotions are kinda still all over the place, so sorry in advance. I'll try to put this in order and make it as clear as possible. It's a throwaway because my boyfriend knows my main. So I, 21 female, have been with my boyfriend, 22 male, for 3 years, and he's known I was bi since we started dating and had really not said anything about it till last year, after he met my college friend, Maya. Maya is also bi and very beautiful, while honest about her experience, isn't one to brag. When in a group playing drinking games last year, Maya opened up about a threesome that she had before, and I guess that's where my boyfriend got the idea. I had always been against it when he first brought it up, but eventually he wore me down. When I finally said yes, he immediately suggested Maya, which, looking back, was his aim from the start. When we approached Maya, she was down, and we had made plans that worked for everyone's schedule. Maya texted me separately multiple times to make sure I was actually on board, and comfortable as she put, it just didn't seem my style. I told her that I was on board and to not worry, that me and my boyfriend had talked about it. When the day came, she surprisingly took the lead, which I don't think my boyfriend was expecting either. I will spare you the details, but she made sure the focus was on me and actually instructed my boyfriend on what to do. If he tried to focus on her, she'd gently redirect him to me, saying things like, "Nah, look how pretty your girlfriend is when you do this." She barely let him touch her without asking me, "Do you want to do?" She would praise me a lot though, and it's something I didn't even realize I liked. She also checked on the both of us throughout the whole thing. I honestly think it was the best me and my boyfriend ever had. After it was over, she did what she would call aftercare, and made us both comfortable. I don't remember me or my boyfriend falling asleep, but when we woke up, breakfast was made. Maya is a chef professionally, so it was amazing. She had also left us a note as she has to work in the afternoon and was sorry she couldn't stay. I feel like the dynamic between me and my boyfriend had changed, since I know we have to talk about it, but I don't even know what to say. Opie then posted a small edit and then a tiny update. My point being, I enjoyed sex with Maya more than I ever did with my boyfriend, and I didn't want to go into super detail because too much information. But Maya was mostly touching me and was focused on me. I also think my boyfriend is disappointed that he wasn't the focus. I also think he was surprised how much he liked being told what to do. My boyfriend beat me to it and has texted me that we need to talk. We are planning on meeting up at a Starbucks after my shift tomorrow. I might post an update later. And eventually OP did post the following update. This whole thing was emotionally draining and this post blew up more than I thought it would. Well, he saw the post and read through the comments. When we met, he apologized and he never saw himself convincing me as manipulation, as we had talked about being more adventurous in the bedroom before and he thought I just needed time. He told me he did enjoy it a lot, but it wasn't what he imagined it would be, and he was feeling insecure because I had been so responsive to Maya. It wasn't until after it was over he started feeling inadequate as a partner. I'll admit I was a little heated, because I told him for the past year something like this would happen, and that 3 ways, especially ones not talked about in depth and hard boundaries set, this happens. I was willing to work through this if he was willing to work on his insecurity, but then he asked me to drop Maya. I absolutely refused. Maya is one of the few friends I have in the city and we are very close even before all this. I explained to him that distancing from Maya would not fix his insecurities. We went back and forth for a while before he tried to give me a "it's me or her" speech. I just left him there. I'm hurt and angry with myself it even got to this point. Like, how in the hell did I get here? I know you guys made sure to point out all the red flags, but he was my first serious boyfriend. 3 years are hard to see past that, I guess. I called Maya after I got home and I explained everything. She tried to apologize, explaining she had a small thing for me when we first met, but it grew into more than just a friendship. When me and my now ex-boyfriend approached her, she was excited to, in her words, F it out of her system. She apologized again, saying that she didn't want for us to break up for this situation to be more than it was, but I reassured her that it was not her fault. She said she would support me as a friend or give me space, whatever I wanted, if that's what I needed, and I really appreciate it. For all you guys hoping I'd end up with Maya, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I think I'm going to be single for a good long while trying to figure out my feelings. I do like Maya, as a friend and maybe more, but if I was ever to pursue things, I'd want to be sure 100% that I'm genuine and not just filling a void or an idea of a person. I have a therapist already, and I guess this is going to be something I'm unpacking, so I can set better boundaries in the future for any future partners. Threesomes are a fun thought, but rarely have a positive effect, unless both people are already willing to start an open relationship. It is also good to have a good connection with the third person. OP's ex clearly just wanted to have sex with a hot girl instead of someone he can truly vibe with. I guess the guy got what he deserved. In our next story, OP is telling everyone at work that he's a Leo to prove that astrology is a joke, but it doesn't really go the way that he wants. Beware of this story if you're a fan of astrology. I think astrology is one of the dumbest, most unscientific things you could possibly believe in. Honestly, I would judge someone less for believing that the earth is flat or being a Scientologist. At least Scientology has an established lore of writing created by a limited number of people, whereas apparently anyone can write a horoscope for any small town newspaper and people will still follow their local little blurb's advice. Anyway, there's a group of co-workers at my job who are way into astrology. They're always talking about signs and compatibility. Oh, it didn't work out because he's a Gemini, etc. Sometimes they talk about people at work and their personality traits based on their signs. When they asked me, I told them a fake birthday without even knowing the sign associated with it. As it turns out that, based on this information, I'm a Leo. They practically fell all over themselves telling me how much sense that made. You have such a creative spirit. Oh, you're so generous. Or my favorite, you are so vital. WTF. We're all pretty friendly with each other, so I thought it would be kind of funny to do this and then reveal to them later that I'm not a Leo at all to see how they reacted, and cover it for themselves to justify their ongoing belief in magic star influences. Well, unfortunately, one of my bosses seems to believe that me being a Leo makes me uniquely suited to work on various projects, and I've actually landed on some good opportunities because of it. After a presentation to clients, I was recently told that my Leo spirit was really carrying the team throughout such a difficult deadline. Now, I'm genuinely worried that someone is going to figure out my real birthday. I work for a big company that has my real birthday in the system, and there's a chance that some weird auto-generated public email or post somewhere will congratulate the October birthdays or something. I am basically caught up in a lie that's based on nonsense to begin with, and I'm really confused about what to do. I will probably never tell anyone at work this information, so I figured I'd tell a bunch of strangers on the internet in the hopes that I don't get found out, and have some kind of weird disciplinary action taken. Imagine my boss firing me for pretending to be a Leo. That is such a Pisces thing to do. Kidding. OP then posted 3 hilarious edits talking about the comments that defend astrology. I am absolutely loving people saying, "That's such a Libra thing to do," or "It's just like a Libra to get into situations like this." I said I was born in October, but I didn't specify the date. I'm not a Libra either. People who are defending astrology by telling me that it's much more complicated than just your birth date, and then proceeding to explain detailed nonsense about the movement of celestial bodies, that's not the convincing argument you think it is. Kidding, I am actually a Libra. So all of those people saying, "That's so Scorpio," you're the ones who are wrong. Or is that what a Scorpio would say to throw you off the trail? Who knows? According to Google, Libras gravitate towards intellectualism, so maybe this is all an elaborate thought experiment. That's so Libra of me. Or is pretending I'm a Libra the Scorpio move? Personally, I think astrology, signs from playing with swinging rocks to feel emotion and guide you on what to do, and the whole witch thing is pure nonsense. It's just there to justify garbage behavior, because it's in your astrology nature. I personally think it's quite funny OP weaseled his way into these projects, and I hope he makes the most of it, and he doesn't get caught. But perhaps that's just a Scorpio thing to say, considering I'm actually a Scorpio. Listen, if you liked the video so far, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, as it helps out a ton. And in our last story, OP takes his terminally ill friend's virginity at her request before she dies. Today is her 1 year anniversary since she passed away, and I can't stop thinking about her. She was my friend for 6 years. Her cancer came back aggressively. She told us she didn't want to go through chemo again, so she planned on enjoying the time she had left. Before that, she was also kind of a homebody who was only close to a small group of friends, which was us. One night when we were all drinking, she admitted to me that she was still a virgin, but she didn't want to lose it to just any stranger. At least somebody she trusts before she goes. That person was me. She didn't force me to do anything I didn't want to. She asked, but was willing to drop it and pretend it never happened if I decided no. We decided to make it extra special. Got a nice hotel room, got those fake candles all over the room to make it more romantic. It was the first time I've ever had sex with someone I loved but wasn't in love with, if that makes sense. It was still a very intense experience. Not in a bad way, there were still a lot of emotions. Even though she seemed so happy she got to lose her virginity to someone she trusts, part of me wonders if I did take advantage. If I was wrong for saying yes. It's just hard because I miss her so much, but I'm still glad I got to give her something before she left. What a wholesome ending. OP was really kind too, even though he wasn't in love with her, grant her this last dying wish, basically. It always sucks losing the ones you love, but I hope OP also uses this last moment to remember that he was there with her at such a crucial time. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Be sure to let me know down in the comments, and I will be back next time. See ya!